What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video. And I'm sorry for the no post yesterday. Something went wrong with the file. I tried to upload it earlier today, and it was just really blurry. I'm going to try that again with this video. If it's blurry, then, this video will never be uploaded. But if it's not, then it will be out. I am probably going to post another video today about Jadeveon Clowney. There was some rumors about him a little bit earlier today, and obviously any news is good news at this point, so I'm going to be talking about that a little bit later. But now, I'm going to talk about one of baseball's most popular athletes, our guy, Bryce Harper. Who doesn't love Bryce Harper if you're from Philadelphia? Now, obviously, it's been over a year since he made his debut, since he signed with the team. But a couple days ago, he went on to Barstool Sports and was basically talking about the process through him making the decision to sign with the Philadelphia Phillies last season. He also went on and talked about baseball possibly getting into the Olympics and him wanting to expand the game, make it more popular than it already is. Because, with the younger generation of people, and I'm not saying I'm old. I'm not an old guy. I'm only 19. But, I love baseball, but not a lot of people younger like baseball. They just don't find interest in it. Not me. I could go to Citizens Bank Park every day of the summer, and I would have a great time. Going there, eating a hot dog, watching Bryce Harper at bat 3 times. I just love it. I love the atmosphere of Citizens Bank Park, and I miss it. I miss it a lot. But, with the Olympics, it was already denied, and they said that they weren't really going to listen to it, which sucks. Because, obviously, if you expand, if you bring out a Mike Trout and a Bryce Harper and a Mookie Betts and, guys like that to the World Games, like, everybody watches the Olympics, especially the big sporting events. Like, I watch basketball every Summer Olympics. I watch hockey every Summer Olympics. I watch a lot of things. But I make sure to watch basketball whenever the United States is on. I make sure to watch the basketball games. Now, obviously, there's no Olympics this year because of the virus. But what are you going to do? It is now next year. Baseball will not be joining the Olympic Games for the summer or the winter, obviously. It kind of sucks. I would love to see baseball be at a peak like it was a couple years ago. I just love it. I love baseball. Now, to get into what Bryce kind of said about him signing with the Phillies. Now, there was a lot of thought with him and his wife, Kayla, about, joining this team, joining that team, seeing what team is right for him and for his family. Obviously, we know now that Bryce has a kid, Crew, if you don't know. And he wanted to find a place where he knew he would spend the rest of his playing career during. Like, he signed a 13-year, $330 million deal last February with the Phils. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. He doesn't have a trade. He has a no-trade clause. He just can't get traded. He is a Philadelphia Philly for the next 12 years. He's going to raise his kid here. I will probably have kids that can watch Bryce Harper play baseball. That's how long to put that into the concept of me having kids that can go out to a baseball game and watch Bryce Harper, hopefully at that point play the DH position, but be in right field for the most part. It would be awesome. Bryce Harper, to me, could go down as one of the greatest Phillies of all time. Obviously, there is a lot you need to do to be one of them. But with somebody of Bryce's talents, it's very possible. He could be one of the greatest. And I would love it. I would love to witness that. So basically, in the interview, they were talking about the Nationals and, the Dodgers, the Astros, him possibly getting traded during the season 2 years ago, and then him together going to the Phillies. Now, obviously, money plays a big part in where he is going to go. You're playing baseball. Baseball is not a cheap sport. There's no salary caps. You can basically spend however much you have if you have it. So they gave Bryce the $330, but before that, he went to the Dodgers, he went to the Nationals, he went to, the Yankees, the Red Sox. He went a lot of places. He's Bryce Harper. He's a name. He's going to get you ticket sales no matter if your team is good or bad. And, Scott Boras is his agent, who just actually signed Alec Bohm, our future third baseman, to, a deal. So it's him and Scott, and they're basically just going from team to team, seeing who's going to give them the most money, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. And, they go to Washington, and, Washington's GM, Scott and Bryce are sitting down, and, they think they have a deal. They think they are going to sign Bryce Harper. They think it's going to be not as long as a term as, what we know now, but, a decently long term. Well, then they signed Patrick Corbin. And this was the words of Bryce. He said when they signed Patrick Corbin, he did say the Nationals are going to win the World Series. Now, a year later, we know that the Washington Nationals did win the World Series. Howie Kendrick, Juan Soto, Strasburg, Scherzer, Corbin. They just had so many good players since they just stepped up at the right time. They got hot at the right time. They had some luck go their way here and there with the game against the Brewers. But, knowing what Bryce knew at the time, it's kind of unreal if you really think about it. To think about it like that, to say, oh yeah, they've always been one pitcher away. And to say that, and he was right. He was right. And so the original deal for the Nationals was only like something $250. It was $250. $250 million. Which is a lot, obviously, but he wanted more, and he was hurt by the offer. Then he goes to the Dodgers, and everybody's like, oh, well, the Dodgers, it's close to Las Vegas, where Bryce grew up. It's closer to home for Bryce. So everybody really thought he was going to L.A. They offered him a shorter contract, and he wanted a long-term one. And then he came to Philadelphia, and obviously we all know the story. John Middleton went out to Vegas, had dinner with Kayla, Bryce, and Middleton's wife. They sat down, and they actually went back for another dinner with Bryce. And, basically he was just saying, as soon as he knew how much Middleton did to go out of his way to see Bryce, to eat dinner, to get to know him as a person, not as a baseball player, and then, the deal that he gave, $13,330, he said, our home is going to be Philadelphia. He said that to his wife. And as a diehard Phillies fan, it's tattooed on me. All 4 teams are tatted on me. But as a Phillies fan, I could not be more happy to have a guy like Bryce Harper on the Phillies. He's one of my favorite athletes, even before he got there. Before he got here. Now that he's a Philly, now it's just that much easier to like him. I have Bryce, as you can see behind me, I have a lot of Philadelphia, merchandise and kind of things like that. I'm wearing a throwback Bryce jersey now. I have Bryce next to me. I have Bryce's walk-off portrait up there. Like, I just love Bryce. I love Bryce Harper. I love the way he plays the game. I love the way he hustles. I love the way he addresses the city as his home. And as a Philly fan, as a 4for4 Philly fan, it's in the name of my YouTube. My YouTube channel is literally called 4for4 Philly Fan because that's what I am. I love a player even more when he addresses, yes, this is my home. I love Philadelphia. I love the fans. I love this. I love that. There's hardly any hatred going on. I love the passionate fans. I love this. I love that. Yes, the fans can get hard on you, but it's Philadelphia. You got to expect that. You know, when people say that, like Joel has said that, Kevin Hayes has said that, Bryce has said that, Carson has said that. You know, those are the most popular athletes in Philly. They're the highest paid athletes in Philly. It just means more to a fan like me to know that Bryce Harper chose the city of Philadelphia to be his home. Not just because of money, but because of he wanted to make sure he was going to play in one city for the rest of his career. That's what he made sure, and I love him for that. And I will always love Bryce Harper. He will be the Philly that everybody knows for the next 12 years. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. We are at 403 subscribers as I'm recording this. Hopefully this video will get out. If not, well, then I gotta do some stuff with the software. But hopefully I get this video out to you guys. Let's grind for 500. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I am out. Peace.